make it in separately. Okay. So to find out later on your answer script, it is very important. Okay. So it is also written in the class routine, right? Class routine or class program.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, and another thing is, some of you made mistake that course code is 102. It's wrong. Course code is CHEM 102. Have you understood? Because the 102, this 3 digit will be used for another course also with uh, another suffix. For example, physics PHY 102. So that will be physics 102 or PHI 102. Okay, that is different course. So 102 itself is not a code, rather CHTM 102 is the course code. Have you understood? So 102 may be used for different purpose in different courses. Okay, but the prefix is very important here. So you have to consider the full 7 letter is course code. Okay, these are important because I am again repeating, because if you made mistakes writing in course code, then uh, keeping separately your answer script will be very difficult. Okay, so this is very important. And chemistry sessional course name, there is also another important one to know. So if you have to keep in mind when you are uh, writing answer script. Maybe from the next to next week there will be started some city exams and midterm exams and other exams for sessional as well. So you have to write down these two at least with proper manner. Okay, in the first class,
Okay, sir.
what was discussed in chemistry sessional class? What was discussed? Anything you remember now?
Sir, the importance of chemistry in engineering.
Very good. So can you tell me at least one importance?
Chemistry is everywhere in our life, from water to air up to the space, almost everywhere. And so if you want to make something that's useful for humanity, for humans in our daily life, we must be acquainted with chemistry, because everything we work with, these are comprised of chemistry. And he, sir, gave us a lot of examples about the application of chemistry, and I remember there were a lot of them.
Okay, that's good. So likewise, chemistry sessional is a part of chemistry is also important, right? Uh, the chemistry theory course was theoretical course, and the sessional course is practical course, as you already know, right? So we'll do some practical experiment in this class. So how it will be conducted? You are far away from us, right? And we are also. So how then it will be conducted? Basically, when it was a physical class, you joined in the classroom, in the chemistry laboratory room, and then you conducted by yourself the experiments, right? It was the traditional way.
Yes, sir.
But now in online class, you cannot come to MST in chemistry laboratory and then conduct the experiment. So how we will conduct this class? Rather, we will conduct the experiment for you. We'll make video of that experiment, and then we'll provide that video to you. That will be part of conduction of the experiment, first one. And then after having that video, we'll explain that one to you, that video, and then we will keep the data we got from that experiment. We will provide to you, and then you will write the lab report on that data. Similar fashion like the physical experiment, but here conduction of the experiment will be done by us. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
And then when you get the data, then it will be like the physical class. In the physical class also, you have had to submit the lab report. Here also you have to submit the lab report with the uh, data you will be provided. With the data you will prepare your lab report and then submit through online to the Gmail or email or the Google Classroom, wherever you will be asked. Are you clear about the conduction of class and then conduction of an other thing experiments?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is some exams for in the sessional class as well. Is it discussed already?
Sir.
No or yes?
No, sir.
No. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So, is it discussed about the course theory course exam? For example, city midterm and other exams for theory course. Is it already discussed?
No, sir.
In for theory course, I am asking.
Yes, sir. For theory, it was discussed.
It's not discussed. So,
Yes, sir.
like the theory course, here also almost similar pattern. There are some exams with different names. Okay, so in theory course, it was named as city. City means, what do you know?
Class test.
Class test.
Class test, and that is actually kind of 20 marks test, and maybe 25 minutes to 30 minutes time or 20 minutes time will be given to you. It's written exam, and you will be provided the question paper. So you got the question paper, you will write down your answer in the answer script and make PDF and then send to us. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Similar pattern in chemistry sessional. There is replaced to city, we can call it quiz test. Have you understood? Quiz test also maybe around 20 marks exam, and then it's completely same like city. Written exam, 20 marks exam, maybe 30 minutes or 25 minutes it will be given, and you will write down the answer and then make PDF and then send to us. Okay, have you got the point? So
Yes, sir.
similar to city. Now midterm exam. In theory course there is midterm exam. In sessional course we have also midterm exam. If time permits, then we can conduct that midterm exam. And then final exam also. In in theory there is final exam. In sessional also there is final exam and final viva. In theory also final viva, you know, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So almost similar pattern. There will be some exams in sessional also. So what can be the question in exams in sessional? So I will come regarding the pattern of question or which thing may come in question paper. So let's first discuss about how to submit the lab report, okay, or what you will write in lab report. For example, the conduction of experiment is done by us, so it's done, you don't have to worry about this one. And then we will get the data and will provide to you through Google Classroom. And when you got the data, what is your duty to write down the lab report. It is every week task. So whenever the experiment is done, and then the teacher or instructor will ask you to submit the lab report within given period of time, okay, stipulated time. So you complete your lab report and then send through some designated means. For example, it may be Google Classroom or Gmail or email, okay. So how the lab report looks like and how you complete that one. So let me show you uh, some the sample lab report. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The cover page of lab report will look like this. Okay. So similar. It is actually the different scanner was used or different mode was used. That's why color is little bit different, but almost similar. This kind of cover page you have to use. Where you will get this cover page? Where you will get this cover page? Do you know?
No, sir.
Okay. Because you don't have any class representative, but you can still coordinate with the coordination group with CSE department, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So CSE department has this cover page. You don't have to come. You can get by through your email or Gmail ID. You understood? Or you can get by other means as a soft copy. Okay, from the department. Cover page for lab report. Have you understood? If you ask to them, they will provide to you, because our experiment is still not started. So you don't have to submit next week. Maybe after completion of this experiment, then you have to submit. So you have time. By this time you can get the cover page from your department. Is it clear? So this is cover page from MIST, and what you have to do, you have to write rest of the lab report in the A4 pages. Okay, A4 size page like this one, and
Sir,
then
should we need to print out the cover page?
you can print out the cover page so that you can write down in handwritten this information, course code, this is experiment name, and this is other information about you, right?
Okay, sir.
So you can print out, but there is another option. You don't have to print out. Then what you have to do, uh, you can rename it. Sorry, you can modify it. You can modify the soft copy, right? And you can write down on the soft copy. You can write the course code in your desktop or in your computer. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Then you don't have to print out. Other thing, this one, the experiment number 4, and then next the experiment, the theory, and other thing, it will be handwritten. Obviously, this should not be uh, uh, computerized. This should be handwritten, and it the complete handwritten lab report you have to submit. But in case of cover page, there is flexibility for you.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
So for other exams also, for example, the quiz test for chemistry sessional city for chemistry theory, and the other exams, final exams, all exams you have to submit your answer script in handwritten form. Okay, so this lab report will also be in handwritten. Some of you may write in computer, but that will not be accepted. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the lab report should be handwritten, but for cover page, you can have the flexibility to edit the soft copy in computer, or you can print out and write down with your the handwritten form, and then make it PDF. Okay, like the given sample, you can do like this. But during this time, going out is difficult as well as risky, right? So you can get this opportunity to edit the cover page. Okay, when you complete the lab report and then send it to us, what you have to do, you have to preserve this lab report very carefully, because when the MIST will be open for you for physical class, you have to submit these all lab reports, these answer scripts for city and midterm, and all other answer script you have to submit in MIST to the respective authority. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then how you will write this information as a lab report? For example, the experiment number 4, you are also uh, getting the name of the experiment, because every classes will start with the name of the experiment. But how about this, the theory, and then apparatus, and then chemicals and phases and procedure, right? And then other things. How will get these things? Do you have any idea? Basically, we will provide to you. Okay, so that is also, that will be done by us as well. Okay, this is experiment number 1 that was written on the cover page, right? And name of the experiment, there is also written on the cover page, right? And in the lab report as well. And then this is the theory we'll provide to you. Okay, when the Google Classroom is open, we'll provide to you. Then apparatus, it is written here. Chemicals, which chemicals or will be used for this experiment, which apparatus will be used for this experiment conduction. Okay, and then phase, how many phases this experiment has, 2 phases it has. And procedure, how the experiment will be completed. Okay, what is the steps, what is the steps in the procedure part. So you have to write this also. And then you will get this kind of table where you will write the data, you will be provided the data, and you will write by yourself. Okay, and then you will calculate the mean value, as well as you will calculate the calculation of result from that data. okay, with this equation, and then you got the result. When you got the result, you have to calculate the percent of error.
Sir,
Yes.
where will we find these experiments? Is there any books?
Yes, there are multiple books, actually, many books. Um, so you can find the books from anywhere, wherever you have access. But I think you don't have to worry about the books. We'll provide the materials needed, whatever materials needed for you, okay, in the Google Classroom.
Okay, sir.
But still, if you are if you want to collect some books, it's optional for you. But whatever materials needed for completing this course, you will get through Google Classroom. Is it clear? As a soft copy, okay, you will get the soft copy.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So for hard copy, you may collect from MIST. There are multiple types of books related to the chemistry sessional. Okay, uh, Jabbar and Hawk, the name of the author, and there is book name is Chemistry Practical Chemistry, Practical Chemistry. Okay, so Jabbar and Hawk is the name of the author, so you can collect that one. All
Can we
the
get the soft
practicals.
copy of the book, sir?
We don't have actually soft copy, but the required soft copy for conduction of the experiment, for conduction of the for writing the lab report, and for sitting for the different exams. Whatever materials you need, we'll provide that one in Google Classroom. But we will not provide the full. We don't have the full soft copy of any book. So whatever needed, that will be provided. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So don't worry about the books that much. The resources you have right now, I hope that will be right now or future in future in Google Classroom, that will be enough for you. Okay, percent of error. What is percent of error? Do you have any idea? Any idea? Have you not done in HSC the percent of error?
Yes, sir. If we use a usual normal scale to measure something, its smallest deviation is 1 millimeter. So
Okay.
if the mark is, we always approximate it to 0.5 millimeters. So if there is a mark of 0.5 millimeter ahead of a mark or 0.5 millimeter after a mark, then we still take the middle one. So as the 1 millimeter is the smallest unit, so the possible highest change in measurement is 1 millimeter. So 1 millimeter is the degree of error, and we divide it with the final measured the measured length to
Yes,
get
yes.
the
Yeah. So
transfer.
it's different. Course has different way. We will actually we'll calculate the percentage here. Okay. Error. Actually, what is the deviation from the standard result? So you will get the standard result as well. Okay, standard result you will get, and you will get the observed result. That means result conduction conducted result you will get from the calculation. From this calculation you will get observed result, and you will be provided standard result from us. Okay, we will provide to you, and then from there you can calculate the percent of error. Okay, so this percent of error actually signify that how much deviation it has from the standard result, isn't it?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this if you have the percent of error, then you write down that one, and then you have to write the discussion in lab report. What you have to write in discussion part? We are conducting the experiment for you, right? What you are doing only the getting the uh, this data and calculating the data to get the result and percent of error, right? So what will be the discussion then? Normally in discussion part, normally that means in physical class when you conduct your experiment, what is the points in discussion?
So the process of experiments.
Process is procedure that is already written.
Sir, the result.
Result also write written here, right? The result, there is another part, result. So then what will be the discussion? Basically how the experiment is done, that is not the part of discussion, because that is part of procedure. Rather in discussion part, it should be mentioned that where the deviation happens, where the experiment goes wrong and how it could be prevented, where the experiment measurement goes wrong and then how it could be prevented, and if there is any scope to uh, to improve in some part. For example, uh, maybe there you got you use some of the apparatus, okay, but you needed to use another apparatus to get the more precise result, for example. So this could be the in the discussion part. There can be many types of error, right? The environmental error, uh, the physical error, you can that can be some from chemicals error, right? So many kind of error may disturb the results to be more precise, right? So that could be the in the discussion part. Have you understood? But the problem is here, you are not conducting the experiment, right? So if you conduct, then it would have been easier for you to write down, point out that different type of discussion, and then you could have write it properly. Have you understood? But you are not conducting the experiment, then what will be the discussion part then? Okay, let me clear this one. uh, the discussion part will be more like whatever I have said, the some points where you have to be careful, right, to get the maximum uh, result or good result and minimum error. Okay, so that points you will write in general format, not that you have conducted the experiment, rather in a general format. Is it clear? And the discussion will not be lengthy one because you are not conducting the experiment. That's why just you can write 3 to 4 to 5 points. That will be enough. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So in discussion part, you will discuss. Somebody, can you repeat what you will discuss or what you write actually? Just try to repeat it. What I have said. Few points at least. Anybody?
Sir, the interprocess
No, just a discussion.
discussion. So at first, in discussion, we should start. We can say that the procedure of the I mean, we can discuss about the backlash error, the parallax error, and if we could use a, a, a titration. Titration, if
Okay.
we could use
Yes.
for titration, if we could use a higher volume, then it would be much more accurate. And if
Yes.
we
Yes.
use
Okay. That's good. Okay. So you will discuss more about more of error. Okay. How it could be improved. Okay. Have you understood? This is the general way to discuss. Just you got the error, so you just discuss how you could be improved. Okay. In general form.
Sir,
Yes. Yes.
would you give a sample lab report from the seniors so that we can?
You don't have to get the sample lab report because the file you can see here, experiment number 1, name of the experiment, theory. This is theory, right? You have to write this one. Just copy and paste.
Yes, sir.
And apparatus, you have to copy and paste. The chemicals, this is also you can copy and paste. Phase, procedure, everything is written here. It will be given to you. Okay.
Okay,
Only
sir.
what you have to do, you have to fill up this table. I think you can, right? You have to draw the table in your pages, and then you filled up with the data provided
Sir,
to
where
you.
will you get the data of the table, sir?
Again, please.
Where will we get the data of the table?
In Google Classroom. In Google Classroom, you will get when the experiment video and other thing will be shown to you,
Yes,
and the experiment is over, then you will get the data. Okay, so you use that data to calculate this calculation. This is simple equation, right? So you have all the data, so you calculate this one, and then you got the result. You will also get the standard result, okay, from us. So, and the experimental result will be observed result. Okay, so standard result, from there you can get calculation, percent of error. Okay, so if this file is provided to you, is there any need of sample?
No, sir.
And then in discussion part, just 3 to 5 points you may write, because you are not conducting the experiment. When you conduct the experiment, you will have many things in your mind. That time you could have write many things on the discussion part, but because we are conducting for you, so rather you will write some general terminology. Okay. And lastly, you have to write down some key points. Okay, so key points, it's related to your experiment. It's related to your experiment. Okay, maybe somewhere, for example, normality. The experimental result will be measured in normality. Okay, this is normality. Okay, so normality is written in the key points, for example here. So these key points you have to write down kind of explanation, as I have shown in the. It is not actually sample mm, lab report. Rather, it is a lab report from one of your previous student. So if I show you the key points, Discussion part, this is enough. You can write in point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can write in paragraph also. It's no problem. Okay, and then you can write down the key points. For example, it is written the coordinate bond, and it was discussed with some example and explanation. Okay, formation of coordinate bond. This is explained, ligand explained with some example, right? So you have to explain these key points uh, in discussion part. Sorry, in a key points part. Yes. To complete the this course, if you copy, you can you have to, at least you have to write down, right? If you write down, will not be any knowledge to you. A little bit. If you study that one, later one, will not be there any knowledge to you. The whole files will be your materials to sit for exam. Have you understood? The question may come from the theory part in the quiz test, for example. In from here, the quiz test question may come. Quiz test question may come from anywhere, any part of this file. With this file, there will be provided to you another file if needed. Okay, from this procedure part. For example, why you are using 2 to 3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator? Why not 10 drops of phenolphthalein indicator in this experiment? So you are copying this one, 2, 3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator, right? And when teacher or instructor explaining to you, he explains that why you have to use exactly 2 to 3 drops, why not 10 drops, why not 1 drops, okay? And how you will get the indicator indication, and how you get the color from that indicator, and how you can understand the experiment is over. Instructor explain to you. If not explain, you can ask the question, why here 2 to 3 drop phenolphthalein indicator, right? So you got the answer then. Now question came in your final in your exams, and you, where you will get the answer then. From these files from the class, you will get the answer. So there is all clues here. Why 100 ml of distilled water need to use here? Why you have to use this oxalic acid dihydrate? Why not only oxalic acid? So copying will be starting to get the knowledge first, but after that you have to understand all the points also. Is it clear to you? So why you are joining in class? Why not you will ask the question to teachers? Teacher will explain almost everything. Okay, but if you still not clear properly, you have to make question to the teacher, right? And make it clear. Have you understood? Okay. Many things will be in the theory part, or explained in theory part, and something will be explained by teachers, and many things will be provided as materials to you, the answer. So I hope all things will be sorted, but you have to study those materials. Then you can get the maximum output from the exams. And during the sessional exam in physical class, you had done the same thing. Your seniors, they also copied from the file we provided as hard copy to them, and they copy it from that. It is starting, but after that there are many fold uh, uh, coming up, right? Is it clear to you now? Okay. So key points is also very important. If you write down the key points in lab reports, then that will be you are sending the soft copy, right? PDF form of your lab report, but the hard copy will be with you, as well as soft copy will be with you, right? So these uh, these lab reports also will be source of your knowledge about the chemistry sessional for your exams as well. Have you understood? So whenever the exams comes related to some experiments, you can go through the lab reports as well. So that time this key points written in lab report will be important, because these key points will come from these key points also. Some question may come in the exams, in sessional exams. Okay, so if you write down properly key points in your lab report, then the lab report will be like a notebook for you for the exams, right? For example, it is written the ligands, very given some examples as well as some structure of the examples, right? So the question may come this kind of small short type question, but you have to explain it properly. So if you write down in lab report, then it will be used as notebook for you. Okay, so now question, it was actually kind of details about the how you complete the lab report and how you will send. Any question please regarding the chemistry session? It's already 2 minutes past, so time is up, so we'll conclude here. If you have any question. No question?
No,
That
sir.
also good. So everything is clear to you, I hope, regarding the lab report. From next week, uh, the experiment one will be conducted. Okay, so experiment one, uh, this is experiment one, as I already shown to you. The part of theory and theory part and other thing will be discussed, and then videos of experiment will be shown to you, and then data will be given to you. After that, you have to submit the lab report through the designated ID. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you very much for your patience
Sir, how
and
will we
joining here.
submit the lab report?
Okay, we'll ask you. We'll actually give the information that where you have to submit. Maybe it's in any email or Gmail, or maybe in Google Classroom. Let's see which one is better. We'll provide the information to you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I am stopping here. Thank you very much. Okay. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Stay safe.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Alaikum.